ba, 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 ba. Pew. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew.
What's going on, folks, and welcome back to another Scum video. I hope you're all doing well as always. Thank you very much for your ongoing support. Smash like, hit subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. And as you know, we are sponsored by Ping Perfect. Affiliate links down below in the description if you want to go and get yourself a server. Ping Perfect will be your way forward with discount and phenomenal support using my affiliate link as well. So come and join at Ping Perfect with me. So we're just going to have a look here at the mushroom patch, ladies and gents. And just before we do, it's not going to be a long video because I haven't got a PhD in mushrooms, but I'm just showing you guys what I'm looking at here, and the link for this will be in the description, so you can go and read it and study it yourself, or even open it now and go through it with me. So all the outposts now, all the traders have a landing strip, which is great because that's something we've been wanting for a little while. And also you'll notice in each of them as well, you can park up your boat plane as well. Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed the beginning of this video. It did make me laugh hysterically, and still does when I look at it, because it's just so dumb, but it's just hilarious at the same time. And that's what it's all about. So very quickly, I'm going to go through this, through sort of how the mushrooms work and sort of how you can sort of get around and sort of like reducing the effects of these around the island. So if you accidentally take some mushrooms, you go on a trip, which is going to happen, then obviously there's ways to sort of get rid of that, like activated charcoal and stuff, which you can see here. So the foreign substances are activated charcoal, painkillers, antibiotics, and mushroom toxins. Now, as you can see in this image of the mushrooms here, you've got the Amanita family. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 from the left to right. And on the very far right, you've got the orange Psilocybe. So you have the Amanita family and a Psilocybe. So just look at it like that. You've got two families of mushrooms. Now, all these mushrooms will give you different results, obviously, while you're eating them. And sometimes we need to eat these to survive, to give us water, to give us some form of sustenance while we survive throughout the land. But what some of these mushrooms will also do is give you diarrhea, which I can actually go straight down to here. So you can see some of these mushrooms will give you diarrhea. And at the same time, what's going to happen is you're also going to lose a lot of water as well. So if the prisoner is wearing pants while going through diarrhea, the dirtiness of the clothes will increase in direct proportion to the fecal matter expelled from the colon and water expelled from the intestines, causing significant water loss. So be wary of dehydration, which is something we do need to take into account. So you can see the alpha amanitin poisoning. So you can see here, if you just look here, so this is how I sort of looked at this. So you've got the Amanita phalloids, which is here. If you can see my mouse, it's this yellowish one. You've got the Amanita virosa, which is the one here on the right hand side. You've got the Amanita muscaria, which is the red one. That's the one that I was eating that gave me that trip at the beginning of the video, by the way. And Amanita pantherina, which is this one here. Obviously, I'm not going to teach you how to suck eggs, but you can see that these will show you what type of toxins and how much and what it's basically going to do to you. So, for example, the Amanita phalloids, which is the yellowish one, it says it has the highest amount of toxin and should kill the player after consuming one mushroom once the poisoning runs its course, unless countered by activated charcoal. So you're going to need that. Now, the Amanita virosa has a slightly lower amount of toxin and will bring the player on the brink of death or even death unless countered again by activated charcoal. So looking at the Amanita virosa and phalloids, just make sure you have activated charcoal on you and you should be fine. The Amanita muscaria has three times less the amount of toxin of the Amanita virosa. 3 times less. It should not be lethal unless you eat at least 3 of them. Again, make sure you have activated charcoal on you. Amanita pantherina has even less toxin than this one. So even though the Amanita muscaria has 3 times toxins less than the Amanita virosa, the Amanita pantherina has less toxin than the muscaria, so it shouldn't be lethal. unless you eat at least 5 of them. Whereas the Amanita muscaria, eating 3 of them is a lethal dosage, and the Amanita pantherina is obviously 5 of them. Now, this isn't rocket science. It's just taking it in and learning about these mushrooms. Now, if you really want to learn about these mushrooms, you can really start to understand it from this patch note. This is going to teach you everything. So when you start to actually eat any of these mushrooms, you're going to see, obviously, in the untreated area on health, on your metabolism, it's going to show you what you have in your system. And it's actually going to show you the effects. So you're going to get debuffs. So you're going to get strength is going to be minus, constitution, dexterity, stamina, and your performance score is going to be down as well. And it will also show you the poison rate into your system. If you take the activated charcoal, that's going to take it down as well. Now you have C1, C2, C3, so you have your levels of severity. Like level 1 would be C1, level 2 level 2 is the C2, level 3 C3 basically, and it will actually change percentages depending on how the severity of it. So obviously if you're a level 2 severity, you're obviously going to get blurred vision, side effects, the depth of field, and obviously you're going to hear voices and stuff like this, and your weapons aren't going to look the same. They're going to look like, you know, the bananas and the sticks, which was phenomenal. But you also can still kill with that. Even though they sound ridiculous, you can still kill. I actually tested it out further into the video, but I decided to cut it short there. So you have the level 3 severity. So when you get there, the more health percentage you will lose, and in time you will reach max severity and die. Unless countered, again guys, activated charcoal. So obviously looking at the diarrhea is a symptom, is through alpha amanatin poisoning present in all Amanita family mushrooms. So basically if you eat all of these mushrooms, any of these Amanitas here, that will possibly give you diarrhea. It's a side effect. The effect is involuntary, meaning the prisoner will definitely poop his pants. Poop particles will be visible if the prisoner is not wearing pants or underpants. And we've already been past this, we've already been through this one here, where it basically it says that the dirtiness, obviously you won't poop through your actual clothes, you'll poop through your pants, but your clothes will turn dirtier as the fecal matter is expelled from the colon and water expelled from the intestines, causing significant water loss, so be wary of dehydration as well. So far, hopefully you guys understand this. Let's have a quick look at the muscimol poisoning. The muscimol is a substance found in Amanita muscaria and Amanita pantherina mushrooms. Poisoning will start when toxic levels reach 5% of the max amount. So about 6 muscaria mushrooms would likely kill you, but since muscaria also has the alpha amanatin toxin, its increase can be stopped by activated charcoal. It's possible to die from muscimol if you are consuming Amanita muscaria often. So you can see the muscimol down here. You can see the ibot acid, and you can see the amanatin as well, but we haven't gone on to the ibot acid. I think that's coming up here. Again, the muscimol poisoning will give you double vision, hallucinations, present in all 3 severity stages as well. Intensity rises as severity rises, and level 3 is HP damage, death. The closer you get to the max severity, the more percentage you will lose. So if you look at the ibotenic acid poisoning, ibotenic acid is a non-lethal substance found in the Amanita muscaria and Amanita pantherina mushrooms. Poisoning will start when toxic levels reach 5% of the max amount. Now, Amanita muscaria has the biggest toxin concentration. 7 mushrooms will give you the max amount of toxin, whereas the Amanita pantherina has a slightly lower toxin concentration. 8 mushrooms will give you the max amount of toxin. Unlike other toxins, ibotenic acid poisoning only has 1 severity level. Which you can see the ibotenic acid poisoning is level 1 is weakness, severity is 0% intensity, and severity 1 is 50% intensity. Now the blurred vision is no longer a periodic side effect. Intensity increases as severity rises with a noticeable distance. Depth of field visual effect, and I love that depth of field. I think it's great. Going on to the Psilocybe. So you have 2 different types of Psilocybes. So if we just scroll up again quickly, you can see these orange Psilocybe, cyansins on the far right hand side here. Now you have the orange ones and you've got the yellow ones. So if we go down to the Psilocybe, so psilocybin is a psychoactive substance that can be found in Psilocybe cyansins mushrooms. Poisoning will start when toxic levels reach 10% of the max amount. Psilocybe cyanescens is the only mushroom containing that particular toxin. It's a highly potent mushroom with 5 out of 5 in-game uses. Only one is enough to begin your trip. So there's a few of these mushrooms that will make you trip out. I might actually do this tomorrow on the live stream. That could be quite interesting. So looking at the psilocybin, you can see again the symptoms: fatigue, blurred vision, and hallucinations. And you can click left control to even get more information out of this once you've actually started to get these hallucinations or anything that comes under untreated. And once you're poisoned, you can actually get more information out of it. So you can see level 1, level 2, level 3, same thing. We're kind of coming up to the end here now. How to counter toxins. So activated charcoal. Guys, I'm going to keep repeating that. Activated charcoal. Just make sure you got that on you. Consuming activated charcoal increases the discard rate of all toxins from the metabolism while it's active. At the moment, one pill lasts about 4 minutes, and it's recommended to periodically take a single tablet to maximize its efficiency. Activated charcoal will not diminish the effects of antibiotics or painkillers, which is great. So if you're having to use antibiotics because you've got a broken leg or something and you're limping and stuff like that, you can still take the activated charcoal and it will not diminish the effects of antibiotics and painkillers and stuff like that. So if you're looking at vomiting, alternatively, and I did this just before I quit the video because I wanted to sort of see if I could empty my stomach. Alternatively, you can vomit to empty the contents of your stomach after ingesting a foreign substance. That includes toxins found in mushrooms. Keep in mind that you should do it relatively quickly after ingesting a foreign substance. For example, eat a toxic mushroom, Amanita virosa, for example. Check your metabolism for the increasing amount of toxin released into the body, and after eating the amount of mushroom in your stomach and intestine. And it also says here, leaving small amounts that already managed to get transferred from the stomach to the intestine. If you wait too long, the majority of the toxin will already be transferred to your intestine and you expel only a small amount or nothing at all. So basically what they're saying is if you leave it too long before you actually throw up to expel these toxins from your body and the food, if you've eaten a lot and after like 2 minutes, half of that has already gone into your intestines, which you can't throw up from your intestines. That way you'd be like throwing up poop, which would be weird. So, you can actually just throw up what you have left in your stomach. Vomiting will also expel painkillers, antibiotics, and activated charcoal that have not been transferred from the stomach to the intestine, so their side effects will also be diminished. So, ladies and gents, that's literally it. That went on for a lot longer than actually planned. And I'm probably going to post this as a premiere, so if you guys are watching this right now, you guys are legends. Thanks for sticking around. This is definitely something a little bit different. So that's literally it, ladies and gents. That's all I have for you today. Obviously, if you look at the bottom here, you will see the bug fixes and the QOL additions as well. There is a few metabolism adjustments here. Let's just quickly go through these. So metabolism will now be digesting the same nutrient from different body parallelly. Example, if you eat the food A that has protein, fat and carbs, you eat food B that has protein, fat and carbs. Now, in your old system, food B would not start digesting. So basically, imagine you've eaten, I don't know, let's say you've eaten a piece of meat and then you eat a piece of carrot. In our old system, food B would not start digesting protein, fat and carbs at all until those nutrients are fully consumed from food A, right? In our new system, food A, so the first thing you eat, will be digesting the nutrients X amount per hour, while at the same time food B that you consumed will be digesting the same nutrients times 5 amount per hour. So that basically means you're going to be taking it should have been sort of doing that before really. I don't know why they've just changed it. So basically what that means is you're going to be taking in those nutrients and then while you're eating food B, you're also going to be digesting those nutrients. But it's going to sort of like take a little bit longer. As far as I'm aware, that's what I think it is. If you consume all the protein from food A, then the protein from food B will start digesting at full speed. So you're still going to digest all of it, but you're not going to take all of the good stuff in and the vitamins all at the same time. You're going to have different speeds of processing. So yeah, good. Check this out, guys. There's some bug fixes there. I'm sure you'll be interested in those and some QOL additions as well. So this video is actually a lot longer than what I expected. I do apologize, but hopefully you guys get something from it. and hopefully understand it as well. So the bottom line is, ladies and gents, just make sure if you're going to be going around eating mushrooms, make sure you have water because you could get diarrhea. Activated charcoal, but don't worry if you do have to take any activated charcoal. It doesn't diminish any antibiotics or aspirin or anything that you're actually using within the game as well. But if you do throw it up, it can start to diminish and expel, obviously, the antibiotics and stuff that you have actually taken. So, yeah, much love, guys. Stay safe. Smash like, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.